Okay, guys, so remember we are looking at more concept in chemistry. We have done calculations from equations, and so this video is just for you guys to revise. Okay, I've made this video specifically for you guys that didn't really get what we were talking about, so I hope it will really help out. So calculations from equations, to begin with, we are looking at more to more calculations. So we've got an example here. We are saying how many moles of chlorine are required to react with 2.5 moles of calcium to produce calcium chloride according to the equation below. So we have that equation. So they've given us the number of moles of calcium. Okay, they've given us the number of moles of calcium. We have 2.5 moles of calcium, and then they want us to calculate the number of moles of chlorine that are required to react with that amount of calcium. So more to more calculations. They give you the number of moles, and then they're asking you to calculate the number of moles again. So how do we go about it? Now, step number one, I have always told you that you need to balance the equation. So let's balance this equation. How many atoms of calcium are here? On the reactant side, we have 1 atom of calcium. 1 atom of calcium. 2 chlorine, 2 chlorine. So we said that such type of equation is said to be a self-balanced equation. So this is self-balanced. Now, if we can write our mole ratio. So you look at the balancing figure here. What number is in front here? It is 1. So the mole ratio. So we're going to have 1 more there. Here, there's a 1, so we say 1 more. How about here? There's also a 1, so we say 1 more again, like that. So remember, they've given us 2.5 moles of what? Calcium. And then they want us to calculate the number of moles of chlorine. So this is between calcium and chlorine. So what are their mole ratios? Their mole ratios, we have 1 and 1 there. So we have a 1 to 1 mole ratio. You've seen that, right? We have a 1 to 1 mole ratio. So how many moles of calcium have been given? We've been given 2.5 moles of calcium. So where there is calcium here, we're going to put 2.5 moles. So I'm saying 2.5 moles to X moles, like that. So we want to now calculate the number of moles of chlorine that are required in this case. So from here, we are just going to cross multiply. Now 1 times X gives us X equals 2.5 times 1. We get what? 2.5 moles. So 2.5 moles of chlorine will be required in this case. Okay. We go to the next one. We have this one. Question 2. Now question 2 is saying, how many moles of ammonia can be produced from 8 moles of nitrogen gas? Okay. They've given us the number of moles of nitrogen gas, and then they want us to find the number of moles of ammonia that can be produced. If you've gotten 1 or 2 from the previous example that I've explained, you can pause the video and then you attempt this question here. So step number 1 from what I've explained is that you need to balance the equation. So how do we balance this equation? Let's see. How many atoms of nitrogen do we have this side? We have got 2 atoms. How about that side? 1. You've seen that, right? So to make it balanced, we can easily just put a 2 there, like that, such that we have 2 nitrogens there. Hydrogen, 2. Hydrogen this side, 2 times 3, 6. So on the product side, we have got 6 atoms of hydrogen. So how do we make it 6 this side? By simply putting a 3 there, like that. Okay? We have balanced the equation. So after we balance the equation, don't forget, we need to write the mole ratio. So the mole ratio, here in front, we say 1 mole. There is 3, so we say 3 moles. There's a 2 there, so we say 2 moles, like that. The question says how many moles of ammonia, where is ammonia? Ammonia is here. How many moles of ammonia can be produced from 8 moles of nitrogen? So this is between nitrogen and what? Ammonia, NH3. You've seen that, right? Because they've given us the number of moles of nitrogen, and then they want us to calculate the number of moles of what? Ammonia. So what are the mole ratios? 1 to 2. So nitrogen, there is a 1, ammonia, 2. How many moles of nitrogen have been given? We have 8 moles of nitrogen. So where there is nitrogen here, we're going to put 8 moles. How about where there is ammonia? We say X moles. X for the number of moles of ammonia. And then from here, we cross multiply like that. 1 times X, we get X. So X will be equal to 8 times 2, we are getting 16. So 16 moles of ammonia will be produced. So that is it on mole to mole calculations. Next, we look at something else.